I guess I'll go into the second half of my report then. I have written something that has been on my mind for a really long time, and I thought that now is the perfect time to share it to Senate. I sort of wrote it pretty quickly, so forgive me if I stumble over it a little bit, but here it is. It's called My Declaration of Independence. I came to the University of Florida with just a few hopes and dreams. I am from a single-parent household, headed by a hard, single working mother who runs our house with an authoritative command and a loving, nurturing heart. She told me at a young age that she didn't require much from me. The only thing she wanted were for me to make her happy by my actions and to go further in life than she had. Keeping her words embedded in my heart over the years, I sensed that in order for me to give my mother what she asked, I would have to be educated, authentic, and unyielding in my pursuits for happiness. Both the pursuits of happiness that she wants and some of the same pursuits of happiness our founding fathers thought paramount enough to include in our country's Declaration of Independence. Those things comprise my hopes and dreams as I came to this institution. Since coming to this university, I have come across several people and been involved in several experiences. Some of my encounters were pleasant ones. I've had the joy of having teachers whose stylistic manners are unparalleled. I've been inducted into an unforeseen number of honor societies, and I have been allowed to serve as the voice for several students as a part of our government. As for people, I've had the chance to meet people with great strength, who are hardworking, pure, and who have demonstrated uncontested resilience. Yet, some of my experiences have not been so cheerful. I have seen the bottomless lows of students striving for self-validity, walked into rooms where a copious amount of slurs were used in regards to people of color, and I have seen good people make decisions that didn't reflect good character. Some of them in this very room, some of them holding our very offices. Most of these things have never made me unsettled. I would look at people and hope that one day they would realize their wrongdoings, and I would say to myself, never allow yourself to be one of them. However, there is one thing on our campus that I've both seen and experienced that brings about a cry in my heart, and it deals with race and its preventative hand on our campus. Since becoming involved with student government at the University of Florida, I've been seen as a black man first and a qualified applicant second. This realization was a slow one. The BSU mentors I were assigned my freshman year didn't let me into the secret immediately. Instead, those individuals filled my head and young student leaders like me with the belief that in order to make it in this institution, you must stick with your community because they are the ones who have your back. They whispered just loudly enough for me to hear, but just delicate enough for a person from another racial background, who they called their friend, to develop no suspicion. Their words were crafted in such a way for someone to believe that working with them would be for the greater good of the community. Community defined as people who look and act like you. I soon found this was a belief that was poisoning more than just African Americans. It was one that was plaguing whites, Hispanics, and Asian Americans as well. Everyone out for doing what was best for the community instead of simply doing what was best. Everyone thinking that they can only prosper at someone else's expense. Everyone with the mentality of me before you, us before them, and mine before ours. I believed for the longest that I could change things from the inside. I would be a good student inside and outside of the classroom, work hard in positions that would elevate me in student government, while allowing me to attain a skill set that would advance me in the real world. And lastly, set an example for new leaders that told them admiration cannot be achieved through racial separation and greed, but only by dignity and integrity. I stand before you today because changing things from the inside has proven to be a losing battle. No matter what good I have done, bad has still prevailed. I've come to the realization that trying to change things from the inside will only allow me to take a few small steps forward when the trail I was walking was several miles long. So I'm speaking out, and I'm doing it for myself and my own peace of mind. I know that there is not a black UF, a white UF, and a Latino UF, and an Asian UF. There is only UF, the University of Florida. A university that seeks to fulfill Dr. King's promise that we are not judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. There is no better time to make a change, to make the change that our student government and our campus needs than now. The gap between the magnitude of our challenges and the smallness of our politics is troubling. We cannot be distracted by the wrongdoings of the past. We cannot let our chronic avoidance of tough decisions take over our campus. We cannot be shaken by the seeming inability of our current student government to tackle big problems. What is needed is a broad majority of students, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Gator Party, Orange and Blue Party, and independents of goodwill, who are re-engaged in the project of university renewal and who see their own self-interest as linked to the interests of the university as a whole and not solely linked to the interests of any racial group. Improvement and risk-taking is what this speech is about. These values are rooted in the basic optimism of life, a confidence that with courage, sweat, and smarts, each of us can rise above racist circumstances, even in our own student government, and elect a government that is for the people, all the people, and not just for a small number of them. We must believe that we are not subject to the blind, impersonal forces of a controlling third-floor leadership honorary, but that we shape our individual and collective destinies, so long as we rediscover the traditional values of hard work, personal responsibility, optimism, faith, and hope. I have taken new first steps in a new direction. As of today, I am no longer affiliated with the Gator Party in any of its tricks and deals. I have filed for independent status. I did this in order to practice what I'm preaching to you today. In the upcoming days and in the upcoming elections, I urge you to do just as Dr. King would do and judge people off the content of their character, the breadth and depth of their credentials, and the passion they have to make this university a better place. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. Stay away from those who say they believe things should be one way and act another. Strongly consider academic performance when choosing your candidate. If they are not in good academic standing, there is no place for them in a government that links its name with the word student. Ask for their past experience and credentials. Don't be fooled by candidates with full resumes, but nothing on them that shows that they are qualified for the positions they are running for. Look out for the old people under a new party name offering you up promises. Lastly, ask yourself if the people you are willing to vote for will make a change on this campus, and a fair one. Remember, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. We all have been called to a task this semester. The black and the white, the powerful and the powerless, the oppressed and the oppressor. We must all be shaken out of our complacency and be forced to look beyond our limited vision. We must stand for a student government that really wants change, and we must do it now. Good luck to everyone running in the elections. I will continuously keep you honest, responsible, and transparent. Once again, let there be light.
That was a tough act to follow.